What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so everybody's favorite spinach chomping sailor will be reimagined as a Jason Voorhees-esque slasher in a new horror movie coming out early next year. So we've seen this trend recently of favorite childhood characters like Mickey Mouse and Winnie the Pooh. As those characters have entered into the public domain, they have been reimagined as horror figures. Look, this genre, even though I find it rather ridiculous, it cannot be denied that horror movies are profitable. We see how Art the Clown in the new Terrifier movie did exceedingly well, considering it only had a $2 million budget. I don't know what it finished with, but last I checked, it had grossed over $60 million. So, look, the horror genre is a very successful one. Saw, the Conjurer movies, Scream, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Hellraiser. That's just if you have an interesting gimmick, it can be very promising. And even though to me, this sounds utterly ridiculous, but I could see it kind of working a little bit. But anyway, as characters like Mickey Mouse and Winnie the Pooh fall into public domain, they became eligible to be given a new life. Popeye is the latest of cartoon favorites for creators to explore a new life for. ITN Studios is prepared and ready to give him a horror film of his own, but they won't be including it in their twisted childhood universe. The Legend of Popeye haunts a group of counselors as they intend to open a summer camp. Yeah, that got Jason Voorhees written all over it. The official movie synopsis tease Popeye, which is expected to be, quote, raunchy and gory, is slated to release in January 2025. Steve Murphy will play the lead in the movie, as Renee August produces and William Lead directs. Now, Steve Murphy, I'm assuming, is the lead that's playing Popeye. He is a extraordinarily large person, as you can see here. That's a screenshot from the movie that they released. So this is the actor going to be playing Popeye. I think in the trailer, he emerges from the lake, out of the waters, a la Jason. And there's also supposedly video of him or clips of him, flashes, whatever you want to call it, of his sailor uniform, as you can see it here, covered in blood. And as far as his weapon of choice, Jason had his machete. I think they said that he has, what do you call it? The anvil, whatever the anvil that you use to dock a ship or whatever. I think they say that he uses that. And because Popeye the Sailor is superhumanly strong, he often, I think, will unalive his victims just using his bare hands. I feel it can, movies like this. I know this ain't for everybody, but movies like this is something that people can watch while they're high, or you laugh at it because of the absurdity of it. Because I can see him eating spinach, getting stronger, and doing unspeakable Art the Clown-esque violence on people. That's why I said it could possibly work. And what will really make it funny, but I know they're not going to do this, it'll be really funny if they had him muttering to himself. Like in the 1930s cartoons, you know how he used to always be muttering to himself, but you didn't really see his mouth move, but he'll be saying things, oh, you don't say it. When he's doing I can see him doing a horrible, like just an absolute, uh, this disgusting massacre of a person, right? Just face ripped off, eyeball outside of his face, scalped, uh, tongue torn out, you know, uh, disemboweled. I can see him going, this is my masterpiece. I could just, if they just added that to it or whatever, man, then it'll be funny, man. It could be like a cult classic, man. I'm disgustipated. But anyway, let's see. A trailer, they say it's still on the way. There's been photos that have been leaked. In the pictures, the sailor appears to emerge from the water on a dock, donning his traditional hat. He appears to have some sort of shackles on his wrists as he gives another character a menacing look. Another still from the film, the true slasher nature of the movie is further underscored as Popeye is seen bloodied up. His sailor uniform is gruesome as the white fabric is stained with splotches of red. Popeye also wears his hat as his famous pipe hangs from his mouth. As I said, unclear how he unalives his victims, but it seems like he uses his strength. Fans are enthusiastically waiting for this movie's release, as one user on X, phoning on his Twitter, wrote, quote, "Bro will eat spinach and go on a slaughter spree in this one." Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't take movies like this seriously. It's just something. I can see this one working better, though. You know what I'm saying? Because Popeye, realistically, like you can't really see Winnie the Pooh and Mickey Mouse. That's not even in their nature. Popeye's a good-natured person, right? But you do kind of wonder what would happen if Popeye, snapped. He could really do some serious damage. I mean, according to the cartoons, remember, people forget Popeye is the inspiration for Superman. People forget just how impactful and how popular that cartoon was. Popeye came from what the hell was that comic script name? Barney Google. Popeye came from Barney Google, which was a very popular cartoon strip. It might have been the most popular cartoon strip of the 20s, I think. But he started as a minor character. He was not a main character. I would say like in the mid 20s. I think he made his debut sometime around that time, maybe 1926, 27. Maybe a little earlier than that. But he started taking off on his own. The person, I forgot his name, who created the comic strip, Barney Google, got a lot of feedback. A lot of fans, I think, wrote him or wrote what's what I'm looking for? Wrote him, or they wrote the studios that had the rights to the characters, whatever. Whatever the fact may be, it got known that they really enjoyed the Popeye character to the point where he became one of the main characters. And then it got to the point where he started phasing out the other characters so that they would almost exclusively feature Popeye. But then it got to the point where they started doing cartoons. I think the first Popeye cartoon was like 1929, I think it was. And he was so popular that the spinach industry saw a 33% increase in demand and productivity because of the Popeye character. But yeah, you could always sit back and wonder, though, man, if Popeye went rogue, he would, be terrifying. But anyway, this ain't nothing I'm like looking forward to as far as, man, this is going to be a blockbuster. This is one of those sideshow B-rated movies, but it could be very entertaining. I can see it. They definitely need to play it for a comedic angle, in my opinion. They definitely need to have some comedy in it. I mean, how you don't have comedy in it? And the muttering, I think, would be make it off the chain, man. That's the funniest shit about Popeye. I mean, the muttering. That's why I don't like some of the newer cartoons because it was the muttering that made it funny to me. Well, blow me down. No, that stupid shit used to do. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I rip off your head and I'll shit down your. Well, how did I mess that up? I'll rip off your head and you'll be super dead. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Skip up the doo, skip up the skip up the doo.